I have a lot of fictional characters that I like. However, one character that interests me the most is a character from the rhythm game Project Sekai cover stage, that being Anna Shinonome, from the group Nightcode and 25. I have a slight bias towards Anna since I find her relatable. She is very critical over her own work and often demonstrates anger issues, which I don't have the same extent as her, but I do struggle with. She can be a bit rude, but deep down her intentions are never bad, so much so that she can be as sweet and apologetic if the time calls for it. She also gives off older sister energy, which makes sense since she's an older sister. Not just towards further, she can also seem bossy to those around her, whom she cares for or deems as her friends, but this is only because she wants them to stay in line, and this sort of stalk behavior is normalized in her head, to a point where she's even strict and harsh with herself. She's very outspoken and strong-willed. She's also a bit of a scary cat, getting easily frightened by things like bees, which I think is cute. I also love her dynamic with other characters, especially with her group mates like Mizuki. The way Mizuki teases her and she responds with irritation makes for some funny moments. She's also very dedicated to improving her art, which I find very admirable. It's also really interesting to see how the mix between her inferiority complex and her desperate desire for popularity dictates her thought process. She's a validation seeker who ego searches, hence people not paying attention to the things she put effort into wounds her pride, and she needs it built back up, but also loads when her method of attaining this sought-after attention is shallow and effortless. For example, taking selfies. Although she votes it, she does it nonetheless, since she sees it as a last resort to feeling recognized, something she can't get when she puts effort in. She also holds the resentful smile for you in most interactions due to her supposedly having everything she wants, such as recognition and talent, but not having varying it due to her not having defined goals and ambitions, something Anna has and falls to grasp. Anna is very flawed but also has a reason behind every flaw she holds, which makes her an interesting and realistic character. If Anna was much nicer, if she was less harsh, I feel like she would feel less raw and emotion. The lack of validation she received from those like her father throughout her life has formed her into a person who overestimates the importance of external validation, making her envy those who receive it even if they have other problems of their own, and craves it to a point that is somewhat unhealthy and that makes for a pretty interesting character. Aside from that, I love her design. I love how her haircut is short and sweet and has a little braid on it. How her design is simple yet realistic. Her clothing is cute, but only due to her wanting to be perceived as cute from the outside world. To her, appearance isn't self-expression. It's just another form of recognition that she's willing to use if not given another choice. All in all, Anna is a determined person walking a thorny road, working hard to gain recognition as an artist. She always helps those who she pleasures, even though it may not be obvious. She's a genuinely good person and a relatable character.